Dual race number 2. Dual race number 2. Get it in my watch history so I can pull out my phone and read the lovely comments of any poor souls that show up here at after 11 o'clock at night. Guess who's not working tomorrow? Me, bitch, I'm not working tomorrow. I am not fucking working tomorrow. So let's watch a goddamn race. I'm much more awake now than I was earlier because I'm happy that I've just made the decision that I ain't fucking working tomorrow. And oh, we're about to get to watch another race. Hopefully the rain will stay away. It's spotty right now. There's no like heavy rain coming. It's just like a shower popping up here and there because it's Florida. When in doubt, blame Florida. Hey Robert, you're back. I'm back. I'm still awake. It's supposed to snow here again Tuesday, I think. It snowed here 2 weekends in a row. It snowed pretty heavily Saturday here. And it's supposed to snow again sometime this week. And that'll probably be all we get for the year, because this week was pretty warm. It warmed up significantly this week. And it's going to rain and rain and rain and rain. And then cold weather's coming back. And then it's going to snow, apparently, early in the week. Thoughts about that dual race earlier? Eric Almirola worked out beautifully. Joey Logano totally tried to sell him out and win the race, which I'm fine with, but it's pretty funny that Logano... If anybody did that to Logano, he'd probably complain, because it's like Ford was supposed to stick together. But Joey Logano can do what Joey Logano wants. That was a fun little finish. Hoping for even better things. Something about rain-delayed races always lead to chaos. I want a nice, exciting race where they don't tear everything up, you know. I'm conscious of the fact that I don't want these guys to tear up a bunch of shit, but I want to be entertained, push it to the limit, and race hard. And I'm picking Bubba Wallace to win Duel 2. It'll be a great story, and people will say it's rigged. So, go Bubba! They've got the speed to do it. Got a couple of teammates in this race. I fucking love William Byron's paint scheme so much.
So please welcome Blue Green Vacations Executive Vice President and Chief Sales and Marketing Officer, Dusty Tonkin.
I don't know how people stay fucking quiet when that's happening.
Start your engines.
Yay! NASCAR After Dark. This counts as NASCAR After Dark. It's after 11 o'clock. Hey, Jeff. Lori, I'm assuming you're here. It's 10 after 11, but we're going to watch a race. Green racetrack. First race is pretty tame. Had a little action there at the end.
Oh, absolutely. Saw a lot of Fords up front in that first.
Eric Almirola made me regret a decision that I made, but it's okay. I'll live with it. That's my punishment for not working tomorrow.
Yeah, I think they're going to have a tall task.
So I'll say that I paid my karma for not working tomorrow. Even though it's no big deal I'm not working tomorrow. There's like hardly anything to do anyway, but whatever.
One of those guys, and that's Brad Keselowski. We saw the move that Joey Logano made at the end of that race to almost win Duel 1. I think Brad Keselowski's the kind of guy that can get in position to make that same move and maybe get a different result.
But I also see a lot of horsepower in this, a lot of experience in this race, and I think with that experience there's going to be more aggression. Some sparks are going to fly.
Well, unfortunately.
Let's get our crew chief's take on this, Larry Mack.
Yeah, I mean, Mike, every time we go to Daytona or Talladega, one of the super speedways, there's always this talk of walking the fine line between good speed and have a good handling race car. But I looked at qualifying last night. There are only 2 Fords that qualified.
We had about
10,
4 inches of snow here Saturday.
But it did not take me long to realize in Duel 1,
Eric Almirola did not win me free bacon for life, and he cost me $9.
The Harley Jerry Earls
But I learned my lesson.
It wasn't paid last night. It's paid on Sunday.
Larry McReynolds has used that line 3 times in the last 2 hours because I've had the rain delay shit on in the background. I was playing GTA 4 on my PC. I was playing GTA 4 on PC and I had like race coverage on my phone and I got sucked into watching that. Oh, it's raining. It's raining. You guys see that? Please tell me that's a camera shot from earlier because it looks like it's raining. Hey, guess what? It's raining. Oh boy, let me check Twitter. Let's just check Twitter on the fucking stream so we can all melt down together when we read that. Oh, fuck, it's starting to rain hard again. Fuck's sake. Please tell me that it's not. Starting to rain again. Jarrett Lundberg, who's at the track, says starting to spit rain again. Very light, but it's still here. Yeah. Does the vortex theory work? Yes! Phone bust. Darian Gillum might die during second duel. Didn't think we'd be here this late. Well, they might be here even fucking later because it just started raining again. So settle in, boys and girls. We'll think of something to do during the rain delay. Maybe. Take your time, Robert. It's raining again, so I don't expect we'll be seeing a race just yet if it keeps coming down like that. They said it's light rain, but you could see it on the fucking camera there when they were like close up on the pace car. Surprised Fox didn't kill the feed immediately because anytime it rains, they're like, don't tell anybody. Let's show them like shots of the broadcast from earlier today. To make them think that it's not raining, we're going to show them, like, stuff. Bubba on the radio. It's 11:11, make a wish. I wish it would stop raining. Oh my God, one of the drivers just got on the radio a few minutes ago and said, hey guys, it's 11:11, make a wish. And then his crew chief said, I wish it would stop raining. I know a girl who's always like, it's 11:11, make a wish. Hold on a sec. Oh, it's 11:15 p.m. at night. And my internet sucks. Hold on. Bubba Wallace. And he's black like you, so go figure. What a coincidence. Is that just something you guys always say? I'm kidding. Alright, well, cars are rolling off pit road. That's promising. It's 11:16 p.m. on the East Coast in the United States of America. And we got nothing better to do. Because guess what? I'm not working tomorrow. Austin Dillon finished top 10 in his last 4 duels in a race that usually only has about 20 cars in it. Whoop-de-fucking-do. David Reagan. I'm not surprised that the front row cars are fast. John Hunter nearly won Talladega last year. Yeah, he wants a BLT. Get him a bread, lettuce, and tomato sandwich. Be like, well, who said the B in BLT stands for bacon? Oh, I don't blame anybody who's not a Bubba fan. He's got kind of a shit attitude, but I've always liked the guy. Even before all the, stuff that happened last year. I always rooted for Bubba. Always cheered him on. He's got a bit of a shitty attitude a lot of times, but I can relate. He and I have very similar issues. I think that's why I like Bubba so much. I relate to him very much. I'm not always in control of my emotions either.
Garrett Smithley, who has to race his way into his first 500. BJ McLeod.
BJ McLeod.
Team this year.
Woo.
His third Daytona 500. Joey Gase will be his third 500 start as well. The 1990 Daytona 500 champion
Derek Cope
is back for a one-off drive. He's locked into the big race, while Noah Gregson did not make a qualifying lap the other night and will have to race his way in.
The Boomers are going
Let's
to be
see
so
what down
mad
up
if
to
he wins this
23,
race tonight.
Bubba
He's got a
Walls.
very good shot. He's
Hey,
got a good
Bubba
shot
Walls,
at winning the big
Jimmy,
race
this is
on
Jeff up
Sunday.
the Fox Sports
It's going to
booth. You
piss
got
off
me?
a lot of people.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's still up past your bedtime.
I was going to ask you if you got a nap, man.
Yeah, Jeff Gordon, what time is bedtime at the AARP?
Up at the booth ourselves. But Boyer's keeping us entertained. Hey, I got to ask you, you're a new team this year. What do you guys expect to learn?
What do you expect?
To learn in this dual race to get yourself ready for the Daytona?
Clint Boyer doesn't know if he should look at the camera or look down. Thank God they cut away from him. He was struggling there.
Traffic and in the draft. So, whole new ballgame. We'll work on communication with Wheels, with Freddie, get everything working in sync, and have fun. You know, be cautious.
I love racing. Don't y'all just love racing? I love racing.
Brand new race car, lots of new features to play with here, get used to it. So, we'll go have some fun tonight. See if we can get this DoorDash Camry and Victory Lane for the duel, and have some fun on Sunday.
Yeah, I hear you.
If you race on Sunday, Bubba.
Obviously aggressive. We thought that dual one was pretty calm. What are you expecting? Is it gonna ramp up? Is it gonna get wild here in this second one?
I think we all know how we get after rain delays. We're ready to go. So,
Bubba said what I was thinking. For whatever reason, rain delays lead to wild races.
decisions here.
It seems to always work out that way.
A long time, so we'll be fine. We'll go out and do what we got to do. And
Why does Bubba always have the visor cam? Because we all want to see what it looks like to be in a wreck. I'm just kidding, Robert.
Don't miss our first pre-race
I love
on
Bubba.
Sunday when Michael
But that's
Strahan
funny.
Sits down with Bubba Wallace and his car owners.
It's
Danny
still
Hamlin,
drizzling. I saw
Michael
raindrops again, but not a lot. I can see Bubba's windshield's mostly clear.
Jordan. Clint, who should we talk to?
See if we can get old Martin Truex and Jr. on the radio. Hey, Martin, it's Boyer. You got us up here?
Martin Truex Jr., who just becomes a fucking ghost at Daytona and Talladega.
no nap for me today, buddy.
For real.
Hey,
Martin hasn't been a factor on a super speedway race in like 5 years.
The other night I was excited for you, and then I wasn't, and I was really excited for you. Got a new opportunity here. What's it going to take to get these Fords out of the way and get up front?
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully our car handles good. Obviously, you know, your
pretty much will be screaming at the race was wrong.
should be a big issue.
Because that's what they do. Every driver that they don't like me, it's, oh, look at it, it's rigged.
Hopefully we get to the end of this thing in a good position and be able to make the right moves.
How come NASCAR, more than any other sport, when a driver wins that boomers don't like, they always say it's rigged? Like, it's rigged for everyone. If you go to the NASCAR Facebook page or whatever, every race is rigged for somebody.
Quick look at our blue-green.
Even when it doesn't make any sense.
New places, new faces.
Easy for you to say.
Hit that like button, guys. I'm not feeling the love. Hey, Chase Briscoe, Ross Chastain. Ross Chastain in a good fucking car. Full time. Chastain really disappointed me last season in the Xfinity Series. I hope he doesn't let me down this year in Cup. Ganassi's taken a little bit of a step back in the last year and a half. But I think Larson being gone has a lot to do with that. Larson's with Hendrick now. Boy, Jamie Little sure is wearing red. She is very red. Yeah, I legit avoid NASCAR on Fox, NASCAR on NBC, and the NASCAR Facebook page comments. Hey, Noah Gregson's got 69 career Xfinity races. Nice. Put Brendan Gaughan in the damn car so I can cheer for it. She did change clothes, didn't she? That Days of Thunder documentary on Fox earlier was interesting. I got to go back and watch that because, like I said, I was playing a game and kind of listening to it. I was like, this is some really interesting shit. I've got a crush on Ryan Blaney, Jeff. It's okay. going green this time. So it's not rained enough. Going green. Looks good to me. Them safer barriers sure are wet. I'd like to see somebody smack into that and watch the water go flying everywhere. David Reagan, Kaz Gralla, Garrett Smithley, Noah Gregson are the non-chartered cars. Boy, it's bullshit that Ty Dillon did not make the Daytona 500. I'm so fucking sorry for Ty Dillon. What a year. What a time to be alive. I'm fucking sad that Ty Dillon got robbed. Bubba Wallace for the win. If he wins any race, then I will go to the Facebook comments and just scroll and read the stupidity. Because even though I'm in Facebook jail for defending myself, I can still get on there and read stuff. So I will be in the comments tonight.
We need an address up. Man, we need some food up here.
Clint Boyer has survived his first rain delay. Congratulations.
I'm going to need a pillow soon. 60 laps,
150 miles. Man, I wish these races were on the afternoon like they used to be, but it's better for TV for them to be at night. Any driver, remember that year Tony Stewart had long hair, Jeff? What was that, 2008? Tony Stewart had long hair because he said he was too lazy to go get a haircut. Any driver that's got long hair automatically gets points with me. So Tony Stewart in 2008, I was like, fuck yeah, Smokey got the long hair too. Green flag. I remember Tony Stewart's long hair. I remember Tom Brady's long hair too. That was badass. 2010. Brady had like a lumberjack beard and long hair. I just identify with people that have long hair. Boy, that radio chatter they're playing is really irritating for some reason. Bubba Wallace pulling out of line there. Jumps down underneath William Byron. Bubba Wallace takes the lead. Austin Dillon goes with him.
How much of that do you actually listen to?
You know, Bubba just wants to put that car out front for a little bit to piss people off. Ooh, aggressive block from Bubba to get up in front of William. Bubba, please. Dude, it's the fucking dual race and it's lap one. That looked really like he aggressively shot across the racetrack to cover the 24 car. Now, if I'm Bubba, I ain't blocking. Just let him fucking go. You led your goddamn lap. He's looking to block Byron again. Bubba, let him go, for the love of God. Byron shoots to the inside. He's going to take the lead back, I think. Top line, it's Bubba, David Reagan. On the bottom, it's Byron and Austin Dillon. Austin Dillon is going to be a factor in this race. He would have been a good pick to win this race, I think. Austin Dillon. David Reagan would have been a good pick to win this race. 3 wide off the corner. Back there, Elliott, Reagan in the middle, Kyle Busch on the outside. Bubba pulls up to block Kyle Busch in the third lane. Get a push. Hey, he's got his teammates. I mean, his Toyota affiliates. We all know their teammates. That 23 car is a Gibbs car. We know it. On the bottom, there's a 3-car breakaway with Byron, Austin Dillon, and Kevin Harvick. Chase Elliott in line behind them in fourth.
Now, see, when they're 3x3 like that, it really stalls out that.
Well, that's nerve-wracking for Kaz Gralla and Noah Gregson to be in that big 3-wide pack.
See, Kurt Busch already gets a run. Here comes Blaney also.
It is always amazing how it stalls that out. But every now and then, it's the same token goes, it will work sometimes.
Smart drivers up front. The top 6 cars, the top 7 cars are single file on the bottom lane. William Byron just out there getting some air in his face. Hey, you know the best part about not working tomorrow? I'm going to stay up till 3 in the morning and watch WandaVision as soon as it comes on Disney+. Yay. This night just gets better and better. Jeff has a crush on Joe Logano. He likes that receding hairline, Lori. That really does it. It's a big turn on for women. Receding hairlines before you're 30. Can't relate. I'm about to turn 27 in a couple of weeks, and I look good. I'll be 27 in 12 days. God help me. We're getting dangerously close to 30, and I don't like it. Kyle Busch says his car can't suck up for nothing. So Kyle Busch is not a good sucker. He's not sucking good enough.
He's feeling the same thing here in this duel.
Boy, these guys trained up way faster than the first duel race. We're 5 laps in, and the train is around the bottom. I wonder how soon they'll move up to the top line.
How about Noah Gragson up to 9th spot?
And Gragson is leading that outside line. He had a moment there getting a push from Bubba off of 4. Bubba's worrying me. He's being very aggressive. Not like flat out aggressive, but he's making strong moves. And he's pushing aggressively. And he got Gragson a little squirrely off of 4 last time.
He's in that position. You know, Jeff, at the start of the show, I said, how are they going to break up these Fords? And they're doing a really good job of it. Everybody's pretty jumbled up. You got 2 Chevrolets, a Ford, 2 Chevrolets, 3 Fords, 3 Chevrolets. I'll tell you everything.
Oh, wow. Bubba shuffled out Gragson. I thought they were going to hook together there. Kyle and Truex just shot to the inside line, left Bubba up there on his own. Bubba's got help, but Bubba's the car to watch. He's making a lot of moves back there. He's not going anywhere, but he's making a lot of moves. Bubba, if you wreck this fucking car in a duel race, I'll be so embarrassed for you. And Denny Hamlin will be furious. Denny Hamlin's a car owner now. That's weird, isn't it? Right now, Kaz Gralla is the transfer car in 11th place. Garrett Smithley's 15th. Gragson is 17th. David Reagan has the fastest time in this race on qualifying speed, and he's in the back.
Oh, yeah, and he's an aggressive pusher. If he can get up to the rear bumper, he'll make some ground up.
I think right now in this part of the race, you're going to see some guys, there's communication going on in those spotters. Like, you can see, where's my guys, where's my allies, where's my teammates, and where's my manufacturer buddies.
That outside line's making a comeback now. Chase Briscoe's the head of it. Getting a big push from Bubba.
I tell you what.
Bubba's a great pusher. Well, so far. We know that car's fast. That's why you better take care of this fucking thing and be smart. I don't want this dude to fall on his face in his first race out in this car. If he's going to get taken out, can it be somebody else's fault? I don't want him to take himself out. You know, Michael Jordan's first question he asked Bubba when they were making the deal was, why did you not stay in line with the other Chevrolets at Talladega last year? You pulled out and totally screwed yourself. I'm sure Chase felt the bumps he was getting from that 23 and said, you know what, I'm good. Oh, God, what are we going to do? We got 2 chases in the Cup Series now. Briscoe and Elliott. I'll say Briscoe for Chase Briscoe. When I say Chase Elliott, I'll just call him Chase. We have 2 chases now. That's bad branding. They're going to have to change the name of the playoffs again, just because. 10 laps in. William Byron, whose career started on a computer. Austin Dillon, Kevin Harvick, Chase Elliott, Kurt Busch, and Ryan Blaney. 6 cars, single file on the bottom up front.
Right behind him, and the 62 Gragson.
Fascinating. All these young guys we've been watching in Trucks and Xfinity slowly making their way through the ranks, part-time or otherwise.
William Byron has led 8 laps as we take you, Fox, side by side.
Wow, we get side by side 10 laps into this one. All right then, Fox. I see you. That Jeff Gordon Clint Boyer commercial is funny. I can hear it faintly from the living room because the TV in there is turned up so fucking loud I can hear it through the door. So I'm actually listening to the TV in the living room while I watch commercials in here. Oh, but one dual race is always dull and the other one's wild. This one doesn't seem that wild, but it's okay. It's early. Glorified test session. That's what I said about the Clash on Tuesday night, but at least it was a good race at the end. God, Bubba just drove up Blaney's ass. They're on the visor cam right now, and he just went bonk right into Blaney, going off into the corner. But now it's Blaney and Bubba, not outside. Chase Elliott's peeking out like he might want to jump up there, but he stays in line for now. Patience. I don't want to tear the shit up in the qualifying race. Kevin Harvick jumps to the outside to get in front of Blaney and Bubba. So here comes Harvick to second. Byron's got a pretty big lead. They're probably going to swallow him up down the straightaway here. Remember back when the DEI cars were so dominant, it didn't matter how big of a fucking lead they got? Like, oh, I can't tell you how many times you go back and you're like, well, and Larry McReynolds or Darrell Waltrip be like, oh man, Dale Jr.'s way out front. You don't want to do that. And they just couldn't fucking catch him anyway. Hilarious. Did you miss anything? No, not really. Bubba Wallace is all over the place. And he's kind of worrying me, but he's my pick to win. He's in third now. Harvick has taken the lead. Blaney to second. Now Bubba goes to the inside of Blaney. Bubba's definitely not riding around. He's making more moves than anybody. He scared me a couple times in this race. And we're only 13 laps complete.
13 laps.
Kevin Harvick.
You're watching our aerial coverage provided by
Ryan Blaney.
Drive always discovers possibility. Goodyear, more driven. Coming with a drive right now is Kevin Harvick. He and Ryan Blaney have gone.
Look at Garrett Smithley trying to race his way in.
Noah Gragson just displaced Kaz Grella for the transfer spot.
Yeah, to me, that was a great job by two people. Kevin Harvick driving that number 4 and 10 feet while his spotter to give him.
Hey, it's good to see Harvick running well. It's been a little bit since he's done this.
And Ryan Blaney was leading it.
I kid.
Kevin Harvick jumps up, and they went to the front.
Also important who's in that lane. Found his allies, got those 3 Mustangs in a
Kevin Harvick won like the greatest Daytona 500 ever. One of the greatest Daytona 500s ever. I'd like to make a top 10 list. Greatest Daytona 500s ever. I've watched enough now. 2007 will be on the list. 2005 is very underrated. That's an underrated Daytona 500. Go back and watch it sometime. 2005 Daytona 500.
Talk about spotters right now. Perhaps no team needed this race more than Martin Truex Jr.'s team. He's working with brand new spotter Drew Herring, who has not spotted a speedway race yet. So this is the one opportunity that they have before Sunday to really get their communication good and where they need it to be. He doesn't want single file racing right now. Martin Truex.
Bonus points if you stop and take the chicane on the front stretch like you're running the road course. Win the race and do that, I'll be impressed. Why are y'all talking about drivers with receding hairlines? Joe Logano, Kevin Harvick. Two by two. Bubba's door-to-door with Kevin Harvick for the lead. There's Derek Cope. Get the fuck out of the goddamn way, Derek Cope. He should have just got below the yellow line there and got the fuck out of the way. We're a quarter of the way through the race. Nobody's tore their shit up yet.
big accordion effect on the inside. I've been watching also.
So how messy do you think the Daytona 500 will be at the end? How many green, white, checkered attempts? Place your bets now for Sunday or whenever the fuck the 500 happens. How many green, white, checkered attempts will we have?
One thing's for sure,
these runs are stronger than they've ever been.
As we expected, where the first dual race was pretty much a procession, this one is more of a battle.
Here comes his push. Watch this for Bubba's.
Big push to Bubba.
Totally.
Bubba's car's really... I'm really impressed with how that car's handling. He's making lots of aggressive moves and getting away with it because that car's fast and it handles like a dream. He's not loose or anything. Stable. No wonder he feels so comfortable making all these wacky moves. He can get away with it.
For 10 laps in a Chevy,
Derek Cope, the man. Oh, Bubba. Just stay in the middle. They got you. They got Bubba in what we call the sucker hole. Bubba Wallace is in the sucker hole. That's okay. Just go to the back. As soon as that happened to him, I was like, oh, God, he's going to wreck the field. But no, he just went and dropped to the back. You're fine. You've got the speed. You'll be back there at the end. I'm sure the other guys are relieved that they got him shuffled out.
You can't hesitate. It just looked to me, there's a slight hesitation. Boom. 3 wide.
Wallace falls back to 13. Noah Gregson up to 7 in the transfer position.
You know, I went back and listened to the last 5 laps of the stream that I did Tuesday night of the Clash, and I was, like, impressed with my own stream for the first time in my life. I was like, wow, I sound good, and everything I was saying before it happened would ultimately happen. I was on the money Tuesday night. It's like, damn, I actually didn't mind listening to myself for once.
Driving for that team, raced his way into the 500 in his duel in 2 of the last 3 years.
Brendan always does such a good job at these restrict plate tracks. You'll look over and be like, where did he come from?
He seemed to always be there at the end, too.
Absolutely.
Remember when Brendan Gaum was leading at Talladega and flipped upside down?
So they asked him, since you're stepping away, you choose the driver. And Brendan told me, I would have gone with a litany of drivers with so much talent. But I went with Noah Gregson because he's proven to me he can get around this place. And by the way, he's a fellow Las Vegas. He thought he was a perfect fit for this. And guys,
Wonder if anybody from the first race is staying up to watch this one, or do they just go to bed? Bobby Labonte said he'd have been pissed because he's like, I should be in bed now, but I'm in the second race. Of course, it rained between races, just like I said it would at the start of the night.
All right, Larry, what, are they going to split it in half again? What are you going to do here, crew chief?
Yeah, I mean, I don't see him doing anything different, Clint, than what we saw in the first dual race. And remember, the first group that came was just past the halfway point. The Ford started pitting at lap 34. Toyota's 1 lap later, lap 35. And the Chevy's at lap 30.
See an occasional raindrop on the camera, by the way.
20 laps complete. 12 of those 12.
Just letting y'all know, I see occasional raindrops on the camera. They're going to full screen commercial now. 16 people here at 11:40 at night for my little old channel. Let me guess, a lot of you don't have Fox Sports 1. It's okay. The people that don't have NBCSN can stop complaining when the races move to USA Network, because I know more people have USA Network than NBCSN. Whoops. I almost voted the wrong thing in a Jeff Gluck poll. I'd have been so ashamed of myself. Bubba on the radio, sliding around a little bit, but feels pretty good. Well, it looks good on TV. That's what I would tell Bubba. I'd be like, you look good on TV. Don't tear our shit up, but the car looks good. It's fast. Handling very nicely. And this is your reminder that Derek Cope is locked into the Daytona 500 and Ty Dillon is not. Man, I love the charter system so much. Bubba's car is so good, it almost gives me like 2011 Trevor Bayne vibes. Because everybody knew that that car was the best car there. I'm starting to feel like through these 2 races that we've seen so far, Bubba's car is really good. I can't think of anybody in the first race other than, you know, Joey Logano. Eric Almirola led the whole damn race, but, you know, we expect that. But the 23 car, he can put that thing wherever he wants to go, pretty much. He's just got to do it within reason in this race. Look, this fucking Undisputed commercial sums up entirely what the show is. Cowboys, Tom Brady, and LeBron for 3.5 hours. Ah, shut up, Michael Cole, before you even say anything. Shut up, Michael Cole. Quiet, Excalibur. No way Bubba could drive that car. Well, hell, I've seen him finish second here in the Daytona 500 before, and he drove pretty good in a worse car.
Winning the Cup championship last year.
I've seen Bubba drive worse, a lot better than this, too. So I'm not surprised. Remember, Bubba was taking the lead with about 10 laps to go last summer at Daytona when he got wrecked by Hamlin and Logano. Finished second at the Daytona 500, finished second in a dual race before. Generally runs up front on these super speedways. He can get it done. I can't show the video or my channel will get fucked. I can't show video because I don't have the way to show video, and my channel would get taken down in a second. So I can't do it.
Chase Elliott knows that right there, you know, cost him several positions.
Yeah, he's back to 12th.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm pretty sure these guys are all trying to stay together.
William Byron's definitely going to be a factor Sunday. Of all the Hendrick cars, I would say William Byron would be the best of the four to win the race, in my opinion.
25 complete, working lap.
If I had to pick a Hendrick car, I'd pick Byron. If I had to pick a Toyota, I'd pick Hamlin or Bubba. If I had to pick a Ford, it would be Joe Logano or Eric Almirola. Those are kind of the big favorites I'm looking at. But it's Daytona. You can't really count anybody out. They're single file against the outside wall now. They're closing in on halfway, so pit stops are coming, so everybody's getting in position. So they don't get run over getting to pit road. Yeah, don't do like Austin Cindric and speed on pit road and give your whole team and fan base a heart attack. Especially if you're a transfer car like he was. Man, it's bullshit Ty Dillon didn't make the 500. That's such bullshit. Happy for Cindric, but just really pissed off for Ty Dillon. And the Gaunt brothers for the second year in a row. See, Boyer gets it. Crank it up means shut the fuck up. So Boyer's already doing a great job. That's what that sounds like. I would expect Hamlin to do what he did at Talladega in the fall, Robert. He's just going to, and there's nothing wrong with it, just stay at the back. He doesn't give, in the Daytona 500, I don't give two shits about stage points. I don't give a fuck about stage points in the Daytona 500. Don't need them. I'm going to do like Ryan Newman and Denny Hamlin and just chill all day, and then I'll be there at the end. In the last couple of years, Newman and Hamlin have been the best at that. And they're always there at the end. There's certain common denominators you've seen in recent super speedways. Ryan Blaney, Ryan Newman, Denny Hamlin. And you could throw Keselowski and Logano in there when they're not wrecked out. Because for whatever reason, they've been wrecked a lot at these races lately. We got some Chevrolets dropping to the inside further back. So it was Chase Elliott, Kurt Busch, Kaz Gralla, Ross Chastain, and Corey LaJoie. Not seeing much from Anthony Alfredo tonight. He's running in the back. Well, that's exactly what I want to do, Robert. I want to jinx it. Denny Hamlin's so good. He never gets wrecked at Daytona. He's got the best luck. He's the Tom Brady of super speedway racing. Denny Hamlin earned my, and Bubba just dropped down in front of that inside line. So now Bubba's the head of the inside line, and they'll be up here with the leaders in a second if they stay together. Denny Hamlin really earned my respect when Ryan Blaney got that big shove from Newman, pulled out of line. Oh, it was Newman who got the shove from Blaney, pulled out of line past Hamlin. and Hamlin did not throw a block. And now Blaney and Keselowski dropped down in front of Bubba. And Austin Dillon wanted to go too, but he didn't clear Blaney in time. So yeah, the inside line's up front now. Harvick is, yeah, he's right up there in that outside line. Ooh, he almost turned, oh, whoa, my God. He almost turned Austin Dillon into the wall. That would have been ironic. We're halfway through this race now. Kevin Harvick is in about fourth. There's 2 lanes right now behind the leader, who's William Byron. And the 2 lanes behind them are too wide all the way back. Harvick's about, he's fluctuating between like 3rd and 6th on any given lap. Harvick's in the lead pack. Ooh, Austin Dillon, please stay in your lane. Big shove on that inside coming. Big shove. I don't know if it'll get to Byron, because Byron was further ahead, but there was like a big shove coming there. Pit stops are coming, and now these guys are all double wide, racing hard. Yeah, you look at this duel, you see you got Bubba, you've got Blaney, you've got Elliott, you got Ross Chastain, Noah Gragson, lots of aggressive drivers in this duel. I would say more than the first. The first one, like Logano, was probably the most aggressive guy out of that bunch. Austin Dillon, very aggressive too. So yeah, you're right.
When do they come? I think they need to come with other cars because that kind of got those 3 in the first.
Truex seems to have a black cloud hanging over him on super speedways. Anytime I see him up front, I'm like, if I was the drivers up there, I wouldn't want to be around him. I'd be like, hey, get me away from the 19 car. Austin Dillon led that lap with Harvick on his bumper.
But that's where we've seen trouble before.
And now Austin Dillon's got the lead. He can't make up his mind what lane he wants to be in there. So he drops to the inside. Now Harvick's to his outside, and I think Harvick might get the lead off of 2 here if he gets a push. Truex. Yep, Kevin Harvick to the lead, with Martin Truex and Noah Gragson behind him. Is Harvick going to play the lanes, or is he just going to stay in line? Nope, he plays the lanes. He moves to the bottom to cover Austin Dillon. There's a lap car ahead. Is that Derek Cope again? No, it's somebody else. BJ McLeod. Don't LePage the field, BJ. They just lapped Derek Cope again, in case you're wondering.
And this is going to be interesting to watch Kevin Harvick work close.
Kevin Harvick runs better in the duels than he does any other super speedway race these days. I mean, he's just got bad luck. Gets wrecked in the 500 every damn year. So I can't really blame Harvick.
Not seeing any hands out the window. That's usually a good tell sign.
Kyle Busch is an aggressive driver, but he's remarkably patient on super speedways. I think Kyle's patience is to his detriment sometimes because he's very rarely a big contender in these super speedways. In recent years, he stepped his game up because for a long time, Kyle was such a non-factor on these tracks. Outside of like 2 fluke wins in 2008, he was nothing on super speedways. But the manufacturers all being so committed to each other has definitely worked out in Kyle's advantage the last few years. He's been in the mix at the end of the 500 a couple of times. Oh, big wreck in the back. Kaz Grala's in it. Chase Briscoe, Anthony Alfredo, Garrett Smithley. I'm worried about Grala. I think Kaz Grala's got some damage. That wreck was in the back. Ooh, boy, now everybody's going to get the pit together. There goes all your strategy.
Bummer for those guys.
And that is the first caution of the entire night.
The only strategy now is like, do you want 2 tires, no tires, or 4? In the first dual race, everybody was like, no tires all the way. I didn't see a single car change tires in the first race. But now that you're all pitting in a big group together and you're not going to lose time, you can afford to take 4 tires. And Kaz Grala, that car is going to still run. I think that'll be okay. Just put some tires on it.
Now watch from about mid-pack on back and see how this develops.
Where does it start? Chase Briscoe. Oh, he just got loose. He must have had a flat tire, or that car just got dead loose. Because nobody ever touched him, and he spun. And behind him was Alfredo and Gralla, who spun out trying to avoid him. And Gralla did get some right front damage, but that car will still run. It'll be okay in the draft.
I can't tell if the left rear's down right there, Chip. Maybe it was an aero thing.
So what do you think?
Come around on him.
I'm playing the track position deal. It's a green racetrack. It's cool. I'm not too worried about tires. But if I'm in the back, yeah, I'm taking tires. Because you're not going to lose time. You're putting under caution.
But I've seen where you get a little bit of extra air to the nose. Sometimes the way that air comes around
why not take tires?
can actually put more down.
Looking at a car like Bubba, who's making all these crazy aggressive moves, I'd take any advantage I can get. Bubba's car is the best handling car in the field, but put 4 tires on it, he'll get from the back to the front. If he doesn't tear his shit up on the way. So yeah, certain cars I think are better off with it than others. Others just take the track position and hope you're lined up with some teammates.
Are all hoping to start their first Daytona 500 on Sunday.
Yeah, looking at Castro, that 16 car, he is a very huge David Reagan fan right now. Huge. He needs David Reagan to be the top finishing open driver.
Well, if I had to rely on David Reagan to be the top finishing guy on a super speedway, I'd be confident.
On time makes the 500, and that would be Gralla.
We've already seen it once tonight.
Well, the drama of green flag pit stops, nope. Let's see what happens.
There's nothing more interesting than green flag pit stops on a super speedway, but I'm kind of glad this caution came out because it just simplifies the race. Everybody pits here. I see tires on William Byron, 2 tires anyway. 4 tires on Keselowski. 2 for Byron, 4 for Keselowski. None for Blaney, none for Harvick, 2 for Byron, 2 for Dillon, 2 for Truex, 2 for Bubba. I would have taken 4. 2 for Chastain. Everybody else took 4.
And a fairly long stop for Noah Gragson.
So from about 7th place on back, it's all 4 tires. I don't, like I said, tires ain't going to make much of a difference.
We'll check and see where he and those other
A lot of 2 tires, no tires up front. Bubba should have taken 4. That car's handling good enough as it is. He can get there. Like you said, it's a small field. So good. That caution was perfectly timed. I like this race better than the first duel. I liked the finish of the first duel, though. So we'll see how this one ends up. Anytime Joey Logano fails to do something, I enjoy it, obviously. So that's why I enjoyed that first duel. And I'm enjoying that it's almost midnight and I'm watching NASCAR. You know, that's why I like rain delay races and shit are so fun, because it's like, you feel like you shouldn't be watching a race right now, but oh my God, we're watching a race. And you enjoy it more. Be sure not to break traction like Carl Edwards. I just watched that 2006 Busch race at Michigan the other day because NASCAR put it on their YouTube channel. You know, the one where Dale Jr. got booed. I didn't boo that day. I was laughing. I was cheering. I remember watching that on TV. We still lived about 2 streets over from where we do now. I basically lived in this fucking same neighborhood for about 20 years. We lived like 2 streets over. And I was watching the Busch race at Michigan when Carl Edwards slid up in front of Junior and expects Junior to lift coming to the white flag. Fuck you, Carl. Excuse me. Ratio me, people. Give me likes. Or if you think I'm a dick, you can dislike it. I won't hold it against you. I won't even know who you are. Just like your fucking father doesn't. I'm kidding. I won't even know who you are. Just like your goddamn father. Oh man, The Masked Dancer. Am I going to live stream that one of these days? You know, for the NFL stuff, I wouldn't get that big of a crowd. But the NASCAR stuff last year, there'd be races where we'd have like 20 people or so in here. That's a lot for my little channel. I think my dual race number 1 video earlier got like 100 altogether because I went back and looked. It's like 100 views. I'm like, hey, that's good for my little channel. I never thought there'd be 5 people that would ever click on a video of mine, let alone 100. They're hopping up Bubba. You know what they want.
New tracks, new teams, a new champion.
Sunday at 2:30, even though it should just be starting at like 12:30. That's okay then. It's gonna rain anyway. It doesn't really fucking matter Sunday.
Only on Fox. We're working to set the outside lane at the starting grid for Sunday. Ryan Blaney, Kevin Harvick, the first off pit road ahead of
We've gotten better at this streaming thing since I started this last February. I'm almost afraid to go back and listen to my first NASCAR stream. It was the Busch Clash from last year. I'm almost afraid to go back and listen. We've come a long way. I understand how and what to do now. And I know generally what it's going to be like. Boy, that's a lot of damage on Casgralla. Area-wise, anyway. Dude, see, I was complaining so bad earlier about how the Rick Ware racing cars are just fucking worthless shit boxes and they're all locked in, and Todd Dillon is a really good super speedway racer, and he's not. Drove a great race earlier tonight, lost 1 spot on the last lap, and oh, tough luck, kid, you're not in the Daytona 500. See you next year. I feel compelled to mention that after the 8 or 9 week COVID break in the middle of last season, I'll never take NASCAR for granted again. I'm just happy to be watching a damn race. I've said that every time we've had a race since the COVID break last year. Because I'm like, shit, that was a rough 9 weeks. That was when it really felt hopeless and shitty. It still feels hopeless, but it's like, hey, at least there's something to watch on television on the weekends. So it's Blaney, Harvick, Byron, Austin Dillon, Martin Truex Jr., and Bubba Wallace, the top 6.
I'd have been hard pressed not to at least put 2
That's your lineup.
fresh tires on that car. Well, I'm actually glad that we see that can of fuel.
Keep an eye on Keselowski in 8th. He's on 4. Keselowski and Elliott in 8th and 9th are on 4 tires. Everybody behind them is too. But those would be the 2 best cars on 4 tires, I think.
Right now, what I see different from this race to the first race is how jumbled up this lineup is. There's not a lot.
First race went caution-free, so this is different. Oh my God, that 2-week break for the Olympics, that's going to fucking suck. Of course, the Olympics might not happen. I don't know. I'm sure they will. If other sports are happening, the stupid Olympics will happen. And I won't get to watch a race for 2 weeks because of it. NASCAR could be off 1 week earlier in November to get out of the NFL's way, but we got to have a 2-week break for the Olympics. Blaney got to the inside. It's him and Harvick on the bottom with Byron and Truex. Outside is Austin Dillon, Bubba, Keselowski, and Kurt Busch. 20 to go. Big run. Austin Dillon's going to take the lead here down the back. Although Blaney's backed up to Harvick now, he's going to get a big push and go right back by Austin Dillon. Ooh, Bubba sideways a little bit. He got loose off a push from Keselowski.
You know, Austin Dillon moved up almost too much there.
And now Byron shoots up to cover Austin Dillon and try to get around Harvick for the lead. And he will. Well, he's trying to get around Harvick to second, excuse me. Blaney was so far ahead he wasn't even in the frame. Now Harvick's shoving Blaney again. God, these runs are crazy. God. Big push. You can see Blaney's car wobble in the corner. It never got loose, but it was shaking. Yeah, Blaney, stay in the bottom. Stay in the bottom, dude. Stay in the bottom. Blaney thought about blocking that big run for Byron and Austin Dillon, but he thought better of it. Remarkable patience by all these guys. Nobody's made any really stupid moves. Knock on wood. I know it's still a possibility with some of these guys in this field. Bubba's so fast he can't even hang on to it. Austin Dillon shoots to the inside.
William Byron on the
He and Byron are
outside.
side by side for the lead,
500 from
with
the
good
outside.
pushers behind them. Bubba behind Dillon and Keselowski behind Byron.
And also won here last August.
Man, Bubba's a really good pusher. Like to see him lead a pack like he did early in this race.
Garrett Smithley in the
But he might be one of those cars that's just a much better pusher than he is a leader. You'll see that sometimes
His closest challenger.
on super speedways.
Smithley's number 13.
Yeah, I thought Smithley might have had a little bit of damage from that
You don't have to
accident.
apologize for cheering for your guy's car.
Now here he is back in it.
And putting
That'd be cool to get a trophy in their first race together.
38 Reagan being back there with it behind those guys.
By the way, Garrett Smithley's in the transfer spot right now. He's in 9th place. And they're door-to-door for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and the lead now. Byron's side by side with Dillon.
Chevy driver William Byron.
Not a lot of brand loyalty going on in this race because the numbers aren't that skewed one way or another. You got 2 Chevrolets up front, and one's getting pushed by a Toyota, and the other's getting pushed by a Ford.
This year from last year, these cars are definitely together bumper to bumper more than I felt like we were doing last year. You see that, Jeff?
Well, yeah, and remember, when we left the Daytona 500, a lot of it due to that incident with Ryan Newman. And how
Byron shoots out ahead that time. Now Keselowski's in the catbird seat. He's in the outside line in front of everybody.
So I just wonder, has that bunched him up?
It certainly appears that way.
It's
A lot of throttle out.
God, Bubba had to get way out of the gas off of 2 there to not run over Austin Dillon. That's interesting. When you hear somebody let off the gas that much at a super speedway, it's usually not a good thing.
seems like the car stops.
Oh, it does do that. Big parachute. You lift a little bit, need the brake. Massive difference.
We're coming to 15 to go.
Brad Keselowski started
Gregson is right behind Smithley for the transfer spot.
right at the front of the
I really would rather, honestly, I'd rather have Gregson make it than Smithley. I fucking hate Noah Gregson, but he's got a better car than Smithley.
He's got a good hot rod, too.
Smithley's car would be like a waste of space in the 500. Move in the back there. Chase Elliott, Kyle Busch, and Ross Chastain.
Take 4 tires.
Surprised Chase Elliott's not been up front more tonight. Maybe he'll get there. Still 15 laps.
Restart, trying to work their way back to the front. 3 wide back there in the back.
You know, it's interesting you mentioned that when we first took off the 12 and the 4s, they, not taking tires right. It's
Calm down at the front for now. A lot of guys have dropped to that inside line single file. Boy, Smithley and Gregson are all over each other, and that's the battle for the transfer spot. Smithley just needs to get in that bottom lane right now. There you go. I'd be trying to get as far away from that battle as possible if I was Chase Elliott and Kyle Busch.
He's keeping his eye on Garrett Smithley.
Byron, Austin Dillon, Bubba Wallace, Ryan Blaney, and Kevin Harvick, the top 5, single file on the bottom.
Time by
Bubba Wallace, fastest car on the damn track, last lap.
6 miles per hour. Then William Byron, the race
Significantly faster than the other cars around him.
I'm not so sure we're done with caution.
And man, William Byron's car is really good. The 2 standout cars. Oh shit! Jesus Christ, Garrett Smithley. Hang on to it, buddy. The 2 most impressive cars in this race are William Byron and Bubba Wallace.
Busch got in the middle of them, put them 3 wide.
And look at Smithley and Gregson side by side. There was a little contact there, right behind Kyle Busch, from the 2 drivers trying to race their way in.
Boy, that really cost Blaney right there. Lost his
Blaney's
momentum.
dropping to the back now. It's gonna be funny if like Gregson and Smithley somehow get up here and are like fighting for the win and the transfer spot. Somehow. Lots of pushing going on. Significantly more pushing in this race than in the first race. You didn't see this in the first race very much. And Bubba, ooh, he looked like he was going to shoot to the outside of Austin Dillon. He better go now. Kurt Busch, go now. Go, Bubba, go. Never mind. Austin Dillon moved up and covered. Now Kurt Busch shoots to the inside. Now Dillon and Byron go back to block Kurt Busch. And now Bubba's in the outside line with his teammate Kyle Busch. Oh, never mind. Bubba got shuffled out. That car went wide and he doesn't have any help whatsoever. Now it's Byron still up front. Byron is doing such a good job maintaining that lead. I'm really impressed. The 2 best cars in Daytona are in this race. 24 into 23.
Yeah, 19 and Truex.
Yeah, Bubba's a non-factor for now. He got shuffled out, but it was the right thing to do instead of trying to force his way back in line. There's still time to get back up there as well. All these crazy runs that are coming.
I'm up front right now. You got Bubba Wallace.
God, William Byron's car, he just can't be touched when he's out front.
11 to go. Gonna be hard to beat those 4 Chevrolets on the inside.
Yeah, they got 4 Chevys lined up on the bottom. Yay, brand loyalty. I'm a Chevy guy. Specifically a Hendrick Motorsports fan, so I'm good with this. We got the best car in Daytona other than Bubba. It's hard to say who's better, really. On raw speed, anyway. Byron's car definitely looks the most stable out front. 10 laps to go.
See right there. You can hear them backing out of the gas.
I was going to say, even through the trial.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just constant having to stay off that guy.
Kevin Harvick looking to the outside.
Harvick looking to go 3 wide, make a third. He does. He puts Kyle Busch in the middle, and he's got Keselowski, Blaney, and Bubba coming with him. Now Kyle Busch is dropping to the back.
Shoot on that 18 car right now.
He got put in the sucker hole.
Yeah, he's in the middle by himself.
Dad jokes. How's Truex second? Well, he's third now.
Well, this is far from
Single
being
digits,
set.
9 laps to
2
go.
Chevys out front, 3 Chevys out front with Kurt Busch all on the inside lane. Martin Truex with the Toyota trying to pull the outside up even. And at the transfer spot,
Excuse me.
Smithley 2 spots behind him.
This is really fun to watch.
Harvick giving Truex a little push.
Truex is now ahead of that top line. Truex is going for the lead. He's got good pushers.
You feel it in a race car. That's the thing about the end of this place. There's something about
And Martin Truex Jr. takes the lead for now. Them Chevrolets are going to be very committed now. Now that they're all lined up on the inside, they will stay committed.
Martin Truex cannot come down in
Harvick is doing all he can to get a car out in front of William Byron, because I would assume that's going to give him a better chance to win this race as well, but they just can't get clear of William Byron. I think he will now. He got Truex clear of Byron, but he couldn't get himself clear. If he had gotten himself cleared, I guarantee he would have cut down in front of Byron.
Kyle Busch has worked his way back up to 12 after getting shuffled all the way to the back of the pack.
Bubba Wallace is slowly creeping back into the picture after getting shuffled out. Now Harvick and Truex look like they're clear of Byron. They cut away, so I can't tell if they are. It changes from moment to moment. You know how these cars are. Nope, just Truex still.
The problem Martin Truex has is he's lone wolf right now. He's got
Truex has like no help, really. He's got Harvick and Keselowski and Blaney behind him. What do you think they're going to do? 4 Chevrolets on the bottom, and he's got like 3 Fords lined up behind him. He's fucked. And then look, Harvick's making a move to get around him. Big run. Keselowski can't get clear to get to the bottom to help him. Truex hits him with the side draft, and they draw even off of 2. Oh, God, lap car. Ugh. They caught Chase Briscoe at the worst time.
Here, the push from the 24 and the 3, I think might give Kevin Harvick the sole lead of this race.
Strong push from Byron to Harvick. Harvick's out front now. He's the leader. Keselowski gets Truex loose. They hang on to it, though. Ooh, Harvick. Went up top to block the run from Truex. Disrupting the air as you come off a corner like that of the car behind you is pretty scary. These cars are so sensitive. Remember back in the day when you could run like this and not get sideways every other lap? These cars are aerodynamically a complete fucking nightmare. They're so unstable. You think with all that downforce they'd be much more stable than they are, but they're not. Now your top 5's Harvick, Truex, Keselowski, Blaney, Bubba Wallace, and Kyle Busch. And Keselowski and Blaney immediately go to the bottom on Truex. Well, Keselowski did. Blaney didn't go with him. Blaney's not a good team player. Okay, now he is. I've noticed in recent speedway races, Blaney is not a good team player with his teammates. But it's been quite successful for him compared to the other guys. Now there's 3 Toyotas in the top line. Truex, Bubba, and Kyle Busch. Oh, yeah. We're at 5 to go.
It just shows you how the
Truex, Bubba, Kyle Busch out front. And I hope for Bubba's sake they stay hooked up and just take it easy till the last lap. Although Bubba don't seem to want to take it easy. He flat out went to the bottom and made Truex go down there and cover. This rate, the complexion of the race changes like every half a lap. A second ago, I felt like Truex is a sitting duck. Now he's got 2 teammates behind him. Oh, Smithley! Garrett Smithley just turned Brad Keselowski head on into the wall. Crashed William Byron, who's got the best fucking car here, and crashed Ross Chastain. Way to go, Smithley. Yeah, Garrett Smithley, ladies and gentlemen, really belongs in NASCAR. Kyle Busch was right. This dude's a fucking idiot. And we have a caution. Oh, and Noah Gregson's junk, too. So I'm pretty sure Kaz Grala's going to make the Daytona 500 now. Gregson's junk. Byron's fucked. That's a backup car. So that's great. I'm not happy about that at all. I'm actually quite pissed off about it. No, I didn't see. We're seeing the stuff at pretty much the same time from what I can tell, Robert. The best car in Daytona just got taken out because some dumb fuck that shouldn't be in this series just wrecked the back half of the field. Keselowski, that'll be a backup car. A lot of backups rolling out here. Good ones, too. Byron and Keselowski for sure. What an idiot.
And see how this unfolds. He's at the bottom of your screen.
So here comes the run off the trial where he goes to the middle and Brad comes up. He came down a little bit.
He can't. Jeff's right. Smithley came down.
Well, that's that race. Yeah, that's that desperation.
Remember when I said earlier, if I was those guys, I'd want to get as far away from that battle as possible. That was Smithley pulling out to make a pass on Gregson for the transfer spot. And he took out Brad Keselowski. He took out Ross Chastain. He took out William Byron.
He was racing. Wasn't even thinking about Keselowski. One went down, one came up.
No, I mean, there's.
Why are you not watching on Sunday? Did somebody you like get taken out?
You got to be aware of your surroundings.
Country bananas. I'm assuming you must have been cheering for Gregson or one of these transfer cars. God, William Byron getting taken out makes me sick. That was such a damn good car. That was probably going to be my pick to win the fucking 500. Best damn car just got wrecked. Because Garrett Smithley, who doesn't belong in the... How close they were to getting Elliott and Harvick. That would have hooked Elliott into Harvick if they'd been just a little further forward. Hey, Chris Buescher and Ryan Blaney missed it.
So we will go to NASCAR overtime to finish this.
You're cheering for Byron? Well, hell, I mean, he's just got to roll out a backup car and start in the back. I'm pissed about it. I'm a Hendrick fan. I like Byron, Larson, Bowman, and Elliott. I'm a Hendrick guy.
And Brendan Gaughan on the Beard Motorsports pit box. His reaction.
You could see Gregson was watching his mirror and he knew he was racing.
I guarantee Brendan Gaughan was saying, Garrett Smithley, you fucking idiot. Because that's what I was thinking. Oh, yeah, Bubba can win this thing. Bubba can win Sunday. Like, straight up.
Closed down on Smithley in just a split second.
Oh, there you go.
That car will not make it back to pit road.
Smithley's car, unfortunately, is still running. It's damaged to fuck, but it's still running.
Team owner Mark Beard will not make the Daytona 500.
Oh, well, Gregson didn't make it. Ha, 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 ha. Fucking hate Noah Gregson. I feel bad for the 62 team, but I fucking hate Noah Gregson, so I'm glad he ain't making it. He's a bitch. Race on Saturday, you dumb fuck. At least Garrett Smithley was good for one thing. His stupidity took out somebody I really don't like.
Jeff, you were talking about the 24 car probably going to a backup.
Put your mask on too, you dumbass.
Still trying to look into the engine issues at Alex Bowman in that 48.
I'm a Hendrick guy. We got a Gibbs guy here. We got a Stewart Haas guy here. I'm a big-time Hendrick guy. Chevrolet primarily. Like, I'm a Chevy-biased guy, but Hendrick's my team.
Larry, you saw how hard.
Once Earnhardt was out of the game, I was like, you know what? I'm just it's hard for me to single out one particular driver and say it's my favorite. So I was like, I'll just stick with Hendrick. I've been cheering for Hendrick for years because of, you know, the Dale Jr. stuff.
I believe the tail section is killed on that car. They're definitely going to be going to a backup car.
Hey, Garrett Smithley still got a chance to race his way in, but Ty Dillon doesn't. Lop is really not fair. Good God, 33 people here. At midnight? We're after midnight? Well, we got a lot of people here. Well, for anybody who's new here, we do this every week. We just hang out and about the race on here. It's just I'm the only one that's got a microphone that you can hear. Just chit-chat and talk about the race. Do it for almost every race. Not every race, but almost every race. Last year, because of the pandemic, it was like every fucking race. Because I couldn't go to any. I didn't get to go to any races last year. I did every Cup race last year. I did a lot of truck races and most of the Xfinity stuff. I almost feel bad. I've said this over and over because I've got people here that have watched me repeatedly, so they've heard this before. I feel bad the next time I go to a race that I won't be streaming it because I'll be at the race. I can't stream at the race. I was going to go to Bristol for the dirt race, but I mean, it sold out quick and we're in a pandemic, and I was like, you know what, I think I'll pass. But at the same time, I'm glad I'm not going because now I get to stream it. I mean, I guess theoretically I could stream at the race, but it would just be for 4 hours and you wouldn't be able to hear me because y'all know the cars are loud. So yeah, I could stream from the race if you want to go deaf. Who knows the next race? The next race I have my eye on is Darlington in May. Darlington or the 600 at Charlotte. I've really got to look at Darlington because I'd like to go somewhere different. 600 fucking sucked last year. I wasn't at it, but I remember streaming it on here and watching that race going, yeah, I'm glad I'm not at this one. That tire they brought to Charlotte last time was miserable. That's what made the race suck so bad because the 2019 600 at Charlotte was pretty good. But last year's was garbage because they just brought a new tire and it just killed the racing. It was a left side tire that didn't wear at all, and the racing was miserable. Not to mention, one of my guys lost the race on a really stupid decision by their crew chief. So that just topped off the shit sandwich that was the 2020 600. If 2020 was a race, it would be the 600 from last year. No, it would be the Clash from last year. That was the one that really... Hey, Carissa Thompson commercial. She's hot. I've got ADD. Can't you tell? I look up and I see Carissa Thompson. I'm like, ooh, I missed football season already because she's pretty. Carissa Thompson, holler at me. Holler at me, please. NASCAR overtime in a duel race. What's the worst that could happen? Garrett Smithley, the lolcow of the week in NASCAR. NASCAR overtime. We have unlimited attempts in the fucking duel race. Jesus. That's asking for trouble. But that front row, Martin Truex Jr., Bubba Wallace. Bubba could win me some money here thanks to Michael.
If. A lot of it. And I'm not so, we called it though. We knew that first race was fairly calm, and this one's been anything but.
I tell you what, one thing. At first of this race, I saw only 3 Toyotas.
Boy, that duel thing proved to be true. One race was dull, and the second one is awesome.
Well, 1, 2, 3.
They got a little more math.
We've got our first overtime of 2021. I'm just happy that this race got in. We all know how bad the forecast is this weekend, so let's just hope that vortex theory goes to work this weekend and we see some damn racing, because it's going to rain every day. Just need a few hours a day to get some races in. Of course, we could just cancel ARCA. We could do everybody a favor and just cancel the ARCA race altogether to free up more time for the Xfinity race. Thank you very much.
A nice launch here. Get down in front of 23, and they'll be lined up.
And just like Tuesday.
Oh, Kurt Busch going to pit road. What's that about? Huh. No way he could have run out of gas. They pitted after lap 30. I know we're in overtime, but you can go 35 laps here. Kurt Busch just dropped to the back. Truex, Bubba, Kyle Busch, Austin Dillon, Elliott, and Harvick. 2 to go. Kurt Busch says his car shut off randomly. I don't know what that's about, but he dropped out of the lead pack. Okay, 3 Toyotas up front. Truex, Bubba, Kyle Busch, and they're strong right now. There is no momentum behind them from anyone else. I'd be looking at Harvick and Blaney here with a big push if I'm Austin Dillon. But this could work out great for these Toyotas. Blu-ray Hunter, I fucking hate Joey Logano. I like Brad, I don't like Joey, so I mostly agree with you there, Blu-ray Hunter. Fuck Joey Logano. Every time something bad happens to him, we celebrate on this stream. Oh, Bubba, squirrely off the corner. He was peeking to Truex's outside. I wonder if Kyle Busch will go with him. Don't make your move just yet, Bubba. Here comes a, wow, the most unlikely of pairs. Austin Dillon with a push from Kevin Harvick. That is the most unlikely duo I've ever seen. This is working out great for Truex because Dillon and Bubba are side drafting the hell out of each other. Big push, big push. Oh, what lane do you block, Truex? Oh, he missed the outside. Oh, no, no, whoa. Bubba to the lead. Did he pass below the yellow line? Austin Dillon's loose on the outside. Bubba's going to have to make one block to win this race. Now. Oh, he's going to lose it. Austin Dillon got to his inside. Side draft. You got this. Oh, he gets doored and Austin Dillon wins. Damn, son. That was a great move by Austin Dillon. I don't like the bastard, but give it up. Austin Dillon, what a move. Bubba had to make one block, but the momentum was too strong. I knew the moment he went to make that block, Austin Dillon was going to shoot to the inside and make the pass. Those runs are so powerful. Before we switched to this super speedway package, you could block the one run and be okay, but now it's such a powerful run, you can't block it. You can block it once, but that second time, the second move they make, he's going to get you.
All right, I'd like to see this from the aerial coverage.
God.
From the Goodyear blend.
RCR powered Chevrolet. Even if it's the Chevrolet I like the least. Truex did the Matt Kenseth from 2016, got too far out ahead and they split him in two. Bubba didn't go below the yellow line, but he had the left side tires on it. We'll have to see what they say. I don't think that's a penalty because they didn't go below it. And Harvick and Austin Dillon, the unlikely pair. Bubba makes the block. Dillon saw it coming a mile away. And I don't really think that was Austin Dillon hitting Bubba. That was Bubba trying to side draft, and they came together a little bit. Good thing they didn't wreck, though. He was on the yellow line. I can't say he went below it. He was on it. Jimmy Johnson was on it in 2011 at Talladega and didn't get a penalty, and that's kind of what that looked like to me. And I thought the side draft might give Bubba a shot, but when they hit, he got sideways, and Austin Dillon won the race. Good run, Austin Dillon. No hate there. Austin Dillon did everything right. Damn.
It wasn't pretty bad. The spotter's bad. I think he called it perfectly. There was just too big of a run.
You couldn't stop that run. He was going around you one way or another. I'm just glad they didn't wreck.
Kind of like Martin Truex. He was so far out there, those runs were coming. He thought about going up, put him in the middle. To the trunk he went.
Did Casgralla make it in? I wasn't even I was looking at the battle for the win.
The Daytona 500 on his qualifying speed. David Reagan has raced his way into the 500. Let's meet the winner with Regan Smith.
Austin Dillon running up the
Second dual race in a row. I was watching the battle for the win, not the transfer battle.
What a push on that last lap from Kevin Harvick. You got to the
Yeah, he really didn't get doored. He was trying to side draft, and Austin Dillon was trying to kind of block, and they just got together.
But he had the 12, so I know the manufacturer thing was going to be tough, and I made a decent block there on the back stretch, and just a heck of a push through 3 and 4, and I knew Bubba was going to try and block it, but I just whipped the wheel, and it worked out well.
It worked out very well. You got one Daytona 500 win already. Best of luck getting the second one, Jamie.
What a performance by Bubba. First race with this team, crew chief. You came that close.
Damn, I know he
winning
wanted to
it,
win that
Bubba. What are
bad.
you going to take away from this performance?
A lot of mistakes. Good debut, but nothing to be really happy about with myself. So it's okay for drivers to be hard on themselves. That's how we motivate ourselves to get out and do better. So no, just hats off to my guys, 2311, for building a great DoorDash Toyota Camry.
2311 is the most generic name for a racing team I've ever heard, but okay.
Appreciate Kyle for cutting me a lot of breaks.
Yeah, Michael, I'll try to let you know on Venmo if I remember.
It was a good night.
Or you can try to catch me at the start of the truck race.
Bubba brings it home second.
Damn.
Great result for that brand new race team and for Bubba Wallace, but how about Austin Dillon? He scores the first dual win for Richard Childress's number 3 since Dale Earnhardt won his 10th in a row here in 2000.
I was going to say, there was a period of time we just came down here, just handed him the check or the trophy for these duels. Pretty cool to see Austin Dillon make some great moves out there and get that number 3 for Richard Childress back in victory lane one of these duels.
Well, we called it. You know, the first race was pretty tame, Clint.
That was a fun race. That was awesome. That was a real preview of what you might see Sunday. Although I would expect a few more wrecks Sunday.
Too bad that the wreck happened. A lot of torn up races.
So, Gary, Ty Dillon got screwed because the Daytona 500 fucking qualifying format makes no damn sense and the charter system sucks. It's hard to explain, but like, okay, so the 2 fastest cars in single car qualifying were Ryan Preece and David Reagan. If they couldn't race their way in, they would automatically get in on qualifying speed. First race earlier tonight, Ryan Preece was in it, and it was really Cindric and Ty Dillon racing for the transfer spot. And it looked like Ty Dillon had it well in hand. He finished 6th. However, Ryan Preece passed him at the start-finish line for 1 spot. So Ryan Preece technically raced his way in, so they go back to qualifying speed, and it goes to Cindric because he was faster than Ty Dillon in qualifying yesterday. So even though Cindric finished 1 lap down in the back, and Ty Dillon ran up front the whole race and finished up front, he goes home. And all 5 Rick Ware racing cars are locked into the Daytona 500, and Ty Dillon's not. And it's ridiculous. And yeah, I'm streaming the truck race tomorrow. God willing, it happens. We'll have to check the weather. You're going to have to be looking at the Weather Channel all day tomorrow. Okay? Because we know what the weather's going to be like. All weekend long, it's supposed to rain.
Had issues in his qualifying race, and Ty Dillon by a squeaker by about 3 feet. He is headed home.
Ironic. Austin Dillon wins this one, and his brother's depressed. It's like it perfectly sums up their careers. Ty Dillon's been given the scraps, grandpa's money and his table scraps, while Austin Dillon gets everything. Poor Ty Dillon. Dude, that Xfinity race, it's called Beef, It's What's for Dinner 300. That's the best race title I've ever heard. The Beef, It's What's for Dinner 300. We're doing everything but ARCA. We'll be here tomorrow night for the truck race, weather permitting. We'll be here Saturday for the Xfinity race, weather permitting. And we'll be here Sunday for the final, weather permitting. Whenever these races happen, we'll be here. Technically, there's like, what, 4 Rick Ware racing cars, and then another one's like a charter, but they're owned by, I can't remember. There's like 5 Rick Ware cars. Dustin, that was not Brad. That was dumbass Garrett Smithley. I would definitely blame that more on Smithley than Brad. I feel bad for those guys. You can ask everybody here. If you weren't here, I said, man, if I was Brad and those guys, I would get as far away from Gregson and Smithley as I can because they're both idiots and they're both racing to get in. The charter system sucks. Like, Derek Coates in the race tomorrow, and he got lapped like 4 times under green tonight, and Ty Dillon ran up front all night and doesn't make it. Yeah, guys, I guess I should wrap up now. Bummed for Ty Dillon. Really, I'm bummed for a couple reasons. I'm bummed for Ty Dillon, and William Byron's car got junked, and I think he was the favorite to win Sunday. His car. Bubba's got the most speed. Bubba's got the raw speed and pretty good handling in traffic. Like Bubba said there, he made a lot of mistakes, but hey, he didn't tear anything up. I think the car's great. He's just being hard on himself. But I think Byron had the best car, and now he's got to go to a backup. And oh yeah, Alex Bowman Might have to change motors. We won't know till tomorrow if Alex Bowman's got to change engines. And if it rains tomorrow, well, if I don't do 3 hours of Hailie Deegan coverage and highlights, Fox Sports certainly will. Oh, God. I'm getting Vietnam flashbacks to Danica's first ARCA race in 2010. You guys remember that? Let me post you some, I'm going to post a video for you in the chat as I bid you farewell. We're about to have Streamception. You're going to see my stream on my stream. Hold on. How many times can you say Danica? Shout out to my dear friend Balto. We're friends on Facebook. He's a great guy. I want to see the one from the ARCA race. How many times can you say Danica ARCA? Where's the ARCA race? Because, God. Oh, yeah, this is it right here. Okay, guys. Before you go to bed, watch this and remember how miserable we were when Danica Patrick was in NASCAR. Boom. Enjoy. And just be grateful that she's gone and that we never have to see that shit again. But yeah, I guess I'm going to go, guys. Have a good night. And if you had fun, come back tomorrow. Subscribe. Come back tomorrow. Yeah, Deegan's a real racer. She's just an idiot. I have to remember at the end of the day, Hailie Deegan is stupid. Very talented, but very stupid. And I'm like, oh, well, that's because she's a fucking teenager. She drives like a stupid teenager because that's what she is. She's a stupid, ignorant teenager. Very talented, though. But I digress. Danica. Good night. And now I'm going to have nightmares about Danica and her bow legs and flat chest. Oh, God. Yeah, maybe Hailie Deegan's not so bad after all. Good night.